Dear soul, please listen closely. The angels are tuning into your energy right now. They want to show you a truth about the person you care about. A truth that will likely bring happy tears to your eyes when you hear it. Dear one, the angels know you've been holding onto a quiet hope for a long time. They see they're gently clearing away any old sadness from your heart. You've hoped that maybe, someday, the person you love would finally explain their quietness in a way that makes sense and fills you with a feeling of truth and beauty, making you cry with joy. And now, like a star appearing in your reading, the angels are showing you this truth isn't something difficult or sad. It's pure, bright, and healing. It's something your intuition probably already picked up on, even in the silence. But now, because the timing is right, it's getting ready to be said out loud. The star often shows up after tough times, not when things are easy. It appears after a storm has passed, when you're feeling a bit raw and wondering if what you believed in still matters. And the answer, dear one, is a definite yes. The angels say the truth you're about to hear from your person will feel like sunlight breaking through years of emotional fog. It's more than just them admitting something. It's them finally seeing and saying how much you mean to them, how much your patience and presence matter, and that you have an undeniable place in their life. Trust that your person has been on their own path, even if they haven't talked about it. It's been an emotional journey, a kind of awakening. This card shows that deep down, they've always seen you as a guiding light. Even if they seemed distant, shut you out, or acted unsure, you were never really out of their heart. You were the inner voice they couldn't ignore, the sense of peace they couldn't find anywhere else, the one they searched for in others but never found. They might have been confused, resistant, or struggling inside. But the star shines when someone is ready to let go of illusions and face the truth. And that time is arriving. The truth they're being nudged to share is that you aren't just someone they cared about briefly. You're someone who genuinely changed their life's path. You touched something deep inside them, something they couldn't quite figure out. You brought hope back to a heart that had almost forgotten how to dream. You offered them a safe space without judgment in a world that often taught them to be guarded. And now, after all the quiet and distance, after all the times they might have avoided being vulnerable, they are finally starting to see you clearly. The angels want you to get ready, not for drama or upset, but for a sense of calm. Because this truth won't come shouting. It will feel more like a soft whisper after a long night. A peaceful knowing that settles around you, telling you, you are always seen. You are always loved. Your person is moving into a time of quiet honesty. They don't want to pretend or push you away anymore. They're starting to get that the love you offered wasn't ordinary and can't be replaced. And the truth they're feeling pushed to share now is that even when they were silent, they were thinking of you, maybe even praying for you. Even when they pulled back, they were wondering if it was too late to come back. Even when they acted indifferent, it was likely fear talking, not their real feelings. The star shows that your love has always been a light for them in dark times. The hope they held on to, even when they couldn't tell you they were struggling. Dear one, this truth might not be delivered perfectly or poetically. It might feel a little awkward or simple. It could come through a quiet voice, a sudden message, or maybe just a trembling hand reaching for yours. But it will feel real. And when you hear it, something deep inside you will finally relax. All the waiting, the patience, the quiet knowing you've carried, it will all feel validated. You might start to understand why things happen the way they did. You'll see how even the painful parts were slowly leading toward healing. You'll feel, without a doubt, that your love wasn't wasted. And the tears that come won't be sad ones. They'll be tears from the sheer beauty of finally being truly recognized by the very soul you never stopped believing in. The angels are so proud of your heart, dear one. They've watched you navigate this path with kindness, even when nobody else seemed to notice. They saw the hard nights, the times you stayed quiet when you wanted to speak, the times you chose love over frustration, hope over anger. And now, they're bringing you into a season where things become clear. This card tells you that you're close to hearing what your soul sensed all along. That you were their home, even when they seemed lost. That you were their peace, even when they resisted it. That you are their miracle, even if they once doubted they deserved such a gift. The truth that's coming is like a bridge connecting the past hurt with future healing. And on that bridge, you'll meet not just your person, but also the part of yourself that waited so lovingly and finally gets to feel that love returned. So breathe, dear one. Keep your heart open. Trust what you've always felt deep down. The truth you're about to receive isn't just about them. It's about you too. It's about love's incredible power to wait, to transform, and to heal. The star isn't just a sign of their truth. It's a sign of your own strength and resilience. And now, the light you kept burning so patiently is starting to shine back at you. Let it warm you. Let it soften any lingering doubts. Let it remind you that the angels were always with you. Everything you've been hoping for is gently making its way to you now. Not to cause more pain, but to finally bring you a sense of coming home. Dear one, the angels are leaning in closer now, their energy full of understanding. They see how much you've wanted to understand the struggle behind your person's silence. They know the ache in your heart, the times you questioned your own worth, the nights spent wondering what was holding them back from just telling you how they felt. As this card comes up, a divine truth starts to surface. It's not a perfectly polished speech, but more like a real, human story of inner turmoil, quiet struggles, and a heart that's been battling its own shadows privately. The angels gently tell you that the truth, the one that will eventually bring happy tears, isn't just about love. It's also about revealing everything your person has been dealing with behind the scenes, feeling alone, maybe overwhelmed, and not knowing how to break through their own internal noise. For a long time, they've been fighting an internal battle. Not with you, dear one, but with themselves. They've been torn between their feelings for you and their fears. Torn between wanting to step forward and being terrified of what being honest might mean. They've been living on an inner battlefield, maybe not even fully understanding it themselves until recently. Trust that your person has been surrounded by confusing messages, some from inside their own head, maybe some from other people, pushing, pulling, judging, doubting. They try to cope by pretending everything was okay, staying busy, or seeming like they had it all together. But underneath, every step toward you might have triggered old wounds or unresolved issues. Maybe they were taught that love has to be earned, or that showing feelings is weak. Maybe they worried they weren't good enough for someone like you, or maybe feared they'd be too much to handle. So, instead of getting closer, they held back. Instead of talking, they stayed quiet. Instead of choosing peace with you, they stayed stuck in their own mental storm. The angels are showing you that the truth they're getting ready to share, the one that will touch you so deeply, is that through all of this, they were fighting for you. Even when it looked like they were pushing you away, they were trying to overcome the chaos inside, to quiet the noise of self-doubt, guilt, fear, and old hurts. Because some part of them always knew you were worth that fight. You were the one pure thing in a world that felt uncertain. Even when they seemed distant, your love was like their anchor. This isn't about someone who didn't care. It's about someone who cared so much it frightened them. Someone who didn't know how to accept love that didn't come with conditions or demands. Someone who looked at you and saw everything they mistakenly believed they didn't deserve. And now, dear one, their soul is reaching a turning point. The inner conflict is starting to ease. The resistance is softening. And the truth is preparing to emerge, slowly but surely. The truth they want to tell you is that it was never about not loving you. It was never about indifference. It was about their own survival mode. They were trying to find peace within themselves before they felt they could offer you the kind of steady love they knew your heart deserved and was waiting for. They didn't want to come to you only half ready. They didn't want to approach something so precious while still shaking from battles they hadn't fully resolved. Even if they couldn't say it, their spirit knew that if they were going to choose you, they had to be ready to choose you completely. The angels want you to know you were never forgotten in their storm. You were the quiet hope that kept them fighting. And when they finally tell you this, maybe sitting with you nervously, maybe with a shaky voice saying something like, "I was trying to become the person I wanted to be for you," something inside you will gently open up. Not with sadness, but with joy, relief, and the soft understanding that your love was never lost. It was being prepared for. The truth that will bring tears to your eyes won't just be in their words, but in the change you feel behind them. You'll sense the weight of what they've navigated and still chose to come back to you with honesty and an open heart. In that moment, all the waiting, the uncertainty, the unanswered questions will dissolve into something bigger: divine timing, connection, and reunion. Dear one, your patience has truly mattered. The love you held on to, the faith you kept, the hope you carried even when giving up seemed easier, all of it is being acknowledged now by the universe. The truth coming your way isn't perfect. It's wrapped in effort, in healing, and in the courage it takes for a wounded soul to step into the light and say, "This is me, and I want to be this person with you." And when you hear it, when they tell you that you are always their reason for trying, their light in the confusion, the one they thought about when everything else felt overwhelming, you will know. Your tears won't be from pain, but from the miracle of finally being truly seen, understood, and loved back. The angels are proud of you, dear one. They're guiding this truth towards you not to test you, but to reward your strength. Trust what's happening. Your love has already done so much. Now, let the truth come forward. Let it touch you and heal everything that came before. Dear one, the angels are sitting softly beside you now, holding your energy gently. They know how much love, belief, and patience you've poured into someone who often left you wondering if they truly understood the depth of your feelings. They know how quietly you've waited for words, for honesty, for something more solid than just a passing connection. And today, as this card shows up, the angels are starting to reveal a truth so gentle and sincere that when it finally reaches you, your eyes might fill, not with sadness, but with the kind of tears that come when your soul feels deeply seen, appreciated, and finally secure. The message that's forming inside your person is like a tiny seed. A seed they've carried for a while, but were maybe too afraid, too unprepared, or too unsure to plant and let grow. But now, with divine timing helping things align and their emotional readiness improving, the universe is guiding them to offer you something grounded, stable, and real. The truth they're getting ready to share, maybe a bit awkwardly or shyly, but with genuine feeling, is this: they have always pictured a future with you, even when they didn't know how to say it, and even when they doubted if they were worthy enough to walk beside you in that future. Trust that this card shows your person is starting to mature emotionally. It's like the early bloom of a love that was never surface level, but just needed time to understand itself. They might not be the most outwardly expressive or poetic person, but deep in their heart, they've been making quiet promises to you in the silence. Promises to become better, to grow, to learn, to show up for love in a way they hadn't known before. Even if they haven't said much, even if their actions seemed small or slow, the angels show you that behind those hesitant steps is a heart that's been preparing to finally offer something valuable, something thoughtful, intentional, and full of respect, not rushed or impulsive. The truth they will reveal, dear one, is that you have changed how they view love, life, and commitment. You've become the person they look at and feel inspired to become more for, not because they feel pressured, but out of deep respect. Something about your patience, your kindness, your quiet strength made them realize they didn't want to be just anyone in your life. They wanted to be someone deserving of your precious heart. And so, they began quietly working on themselves. Maybe they started making small changes in their life, shifting habits, rethinking priorities, dreaming differently, perhaps with you in mind. They might not have told you because part of them worried they might not succeed. But the truth that's coming up now is that you were their motivation, even when they were quiet. You were their secret reason to improve, their hidden hope that one day, when they felt ready, they could come to you not empty-handed, but with a genuine, solid, humble start. And when they finally say this out loud, when they tell you that everything they've been working on, even quietly in the background, was so they could one day offer you a real future, you will feel something profound wash over you. Because your love, which you might have thought went unnoticed, was actually the bedrock for their transformation. The angels want you to understand this isn't about huge dramatic gestures. It's about the quiet beauty of someone finally showing up with the intention they've been nurturing privately. It's about someone who once seemed unsure, maybe scattered or distant, finally saying, "I've been building towards you all along, even when I didn't know how to tell you." And that truth, dear one, will bring tears to your eyes. Not because it's flawless, but because it's true. Because it carries the energy of commitment, not just to you, but to becoming the version of themselves that can meet you with respect, effort, and real presence. The path to this moment hasn't been straight. There were likely delays, doubts, and detours. But the seed of love they hold for you never died. It just needed time and the right conditions to grow. And now you're about to witness it bloom. You're about to see someone who once hid behind silence step forward with sincerity. Someone who hesitated out of fear now speak from the heart. And when they tell you they've been preparing, learning how to love in a way you deserve, that they want to be part of your world, not just for now, but for the long haul, something deep inside you will soften. All the waiting will start to make sense. All the unanswered questions will dissolve into a single, clear moment. This is what you were holding space for. Not just words, but readiness. Not just affection, but intention. Not just desire, but devotion. Dear one, the angels are so proud of you. You've walked this path with quiet faith, even when it felt lonely. You believed in love, not out of naivety, but because your soul recognized something sacred in this connection. Dear one, the angels are embracing you today with a warmth that feels like pure divine love. They see the light you've carried inside through times of deep longing and uncertainty. They see how your heart has held on, not desperately, but faithfully. Faith that one day your person would look past their own restlessness, fears, and confusion, and truly recognize the amazing connection they've always felt with you. And now, as this sacred card appears, the angels bring a message that won't just touch your heart, but will fill your soul with such deep joy, it might overflow as tears of pure recognition. The truth that's coming forward is one that has lived quietly in your person's heart for a long time. It's vibrant, passionate, and pure, much like the energy they felt when they first met you. Even if they didn't grasp it back then, the truth is, dear one, you were the spark they didn't even know they were searching for. The one who woke up a fire in their soul they had long forgotten was possible. Believe that your person might not have always known how to show it. They might have struggled with their feelings, acted distant, or retreated into their own world just when things felt like they were getting real. But the angels are revealing that what you sparked in them was never just casual. You stirred their spirit. You reminded them that life wasn't just about duties or silence or pretending not to care. You reminded them that love could be exciting, expansive, and full of wonder. You made them feel alive in ways that probably scared them, especially if they were used to playing it safe emotionally by staying detached. But you made them feel like there was something worth taking a risk for. And that feeling never truly went away. Even in their silence, even when they pulled back, even when they acted like they'd moved on, that spark you lit inside them kept glowing. And now, dear one, they're starting to feel it rise again. Not just as fleeting desire, but as purpose, as truth, as love. The angels want you to understand that the truth your person is being guided to share might surprise you. Not because it's complicated, but because it's so real, sincere, and beautifully honest. They might not have the perfect words. They might stumble, blush, laugh nervously, or talk quickly, as if afraid the moment will pass. But what they're trying to convey is that you change them. That your energy, your laughter, your belief in love, your courage to just be yourself so honestly, it opened up something inside them they didn't even know was missing. You became their reason to imagine more, to dream again, to try again. You made love feel like an adventure worth embarking on, not a burden to endure. And when they finally tell you this, when they look you in the eyes and say something like, "You've inspired me to become someone better, not because I feel forced to, but because I genuinely want to," that's the moment tears might well up. Not because you needed them to change for you, but because you'll finally know they saw the love you gave for the true gift it was. Dear one, your journey with this person might have had its challenges. You've likely navigated moments where it felt like they weren't ready, like they didn't grasp the depth of what was happening between you. But now, their heart is being reawakened by a new kind of fire, not just fleeting passion, but inspired devotion. The angels are guiding them toward you with renewed purpose, with a sense of excitement that's rooted in truth, not fantasy. They want to build something with you, not just vaguely in the future, but starting now, step by step, with the kind of enthusiasm that only comes when the heart finally lines up with the soul. You might notice small shifts first, a message that sounds different, a lighter tone in their voice, an energy that feels more focused and intentional. These are the signs that the truth is rising within them, a truth they can no longer keep hidden, that you are their inspiration, their spark, their new beginning. Dear one, the angels are stepping closer today, not with urgency, but with deep respect for your journey. They see the grace you've shown while waiting, the quiet faith you've held, and the love you've offered without trying to rush things. They know how many times you've looked towards your person hopefully, wondering if they would ever reach the same deep, emotional understanding that you've carried for them in your heart. You've probably wondered if the universe noticed your patience, if your love was somehow being returned in the quiet spaces where words were missing. And now, as this sacred card appears, the angels gently place their energy over your heart and whisper that the moment you've been waiting for is closer than you realize. It might not arrive as a sudden burst of passion or a dramatic speech, but rather as a steady, grounded, soul-deep truth. The kind of truth, dear one, that when you finally hear it, will bring tears to your eyes, not because it's a shock, but because it confirms what your soul has quietly known all along. Trust that the truth your person is preparing to share isn't based on confusion or fleeting feelings. It's a truth that has taken time to grow within them, like roots spreading deep underground, strengthening in silence. The angels want you to understand that your person has been on a long inner journey, one marked more by quiet, consistent effort than loud emotions. While they might not have always been expressive, and while their absence or stillness might have hurt sometimes, they were never truly disconnected from their feelings for you. What held them back often wasn't a lack of love. It was more likely the weight of their own expectations, the fear of not measuring up, the need to feel truly ready in a way that honored both you and the person they were striving to become. And now, the truth they are being guided to speak, the one that will soften any past hurt between you, is this: they have been choosing you step by step, even in the silence, even during the waiting, even when it didn't look like it from the outside. Your person, dear one, is likely someone who doesn't treat emotions casually. When they love, they might do so with a seriousness that prevents them from rushing, because they want to be certain that what they offer is real, lasting, and truly worthy. And though they might not have said these words yet, they have been quietly building a devotion towards you. The truth that will one day bring happy tears is that while you might have wondered if they ever truly saw you, they were not only seeing you, they were preparing for you. They were working on becoming more emotionally grounded, secure, and sure of themselves. Because deep down, they knew you weren't someone they could approach half-heartedly. They wanted to arrive not just with words, but with actions, not just with feelings, but with presence. And so, they chose the slower path, the one that sometimes looked like distance, but was actually preparation. The angels show that when they finally speak, perhaps softly, without a big show, but with words carrying undeniable weight, they will tell you what your spirit has longed to hear. That they have never stopped thinking about you. That you are never just a phase or a passing feeling. That they have been slowly arranging their life in a way that includes you, even if they kept it quiet. That every small choice they made to grow, heal, or become better was driven by the quiet hope that one day they could look you in the eyes and say, "I am ready. I'm here." And emotionally, I never really left. I've been moving towards you this whole time. That moment, dear one, won't feel like a surprise. It will feel like coming home. Because somewhere deep inside, you always knew you were being waited for, too. This isn't a truth wrapped in temporary excitement or unpredictability. It's a truth wrapped in devotion, emotional honesty, and the kind of love that doesn't falter when life gets tough. The kind of love that might move slowly, but once it truly arrives, it stays. And when you hear them say they want to walk beside you, not just for now, but for the journey ahead, you will feel something sacred awaken within you. All the tears you held back privately, all the doubts you faced alone, all the times you questioned if your love was too much or misplaced. Every single one of those moments will find peace in the quiet certainty of this truth. Because what you gave in faith is now being returned with purpose. Dear one, the angels want you to know how proud they are of your journey. You didn't try to force love. You didn't demand answers before the time was right. You waited, not out of weakness, but from a place of strength. Because only a strong heart can choose to believe in something unseen and nurture a love that hasn't yet found its voice. And now, that voice is getting ready to speak. When it does, you will know that everything you hoped for, everything you dreamed of in quiet moments, was never ignored. It was growing beneath the surface, like a secret garden being carefully tended, just waiting for the right moment for the sun to reveal what had been blooming all along. So hold your heart gently now. Prepare to receive not just the words, but the deep feeling behind them. The stability, the commitment, the truth of a soul who finally feels safe enough to say, I choose you. Not just today, but every day going forward. And when those words reach you, let your tears fall, not from pain, but from the overwhelming grace of knowing your love has found its way home. The angels are with you, surrounding you with light, guiding you into this moment you always believed could happen. Trust what you feel. You're closer than you think. And the love you've been waiting for is already making its way to meet you, with open hands and a heart that finally knows how to stay. Dear one, the angels are gathering around you today with incredibly bright energy. They're about to reveal a truth that won't just bring happy tears to your eyes, but will light up your heart in ways you might have almost stopped believing were possible. They've watched you love quietly, wait faithfully, and carry hope for someone who often left you feeling unseen. Someone whose actions didn't always match the deep connection you could feel between your souls. But through all the uncertainty, questions, and the ache of not knowing, you never let your own inner light dim. You didn't let your love become bitter. You held on to hope, not because you were naive, but because your spirit always sensed something sacred existed beneath the surface confusion. And now, as this beautiful card appears, the angels are guiding you towards a revelation so full of clarity, warmth, and divine truth that your heart will feel like it's overflowing. Not with sadness, but with the stunning beauty of realizing you were right all along. Your person, dear one, has been on a journey, not just in the outside world, but through layers of their own fears and perceived limits. They've struggled with being vulnerable, perhaps masked their feelings with distractions or logic, maybe even push you away precisely when they felt the closest. Because real joy can feel scary to someone who has lived with emotional uncertainty for too long. But what they're starting to realize now, and what the angels want you to prepare for, is a truth so powerful it will make every tear, every confusing moment, every silent prayer feel worthwhile. The truth they're being divinely guided to express is that you are their happiness. Not just a fleeting joy, a passing attraction, or a temporary comfort. You are their sun, the light they kept turning towards even in darkness, the warmth that started melting their fear, the one soul who saw them completely and loved them anyway. They are beginning to truly grasp that you didn't just enter their life, you transformed it. The angels show that the love your person feels for you has always been there, but it was often hidden behind clouds of doubt, fear, and old emotional wounds they hadn't yet healed. They might have smiled and laughed with others, but it was perhaps only with you that their soul truly felt something deep. Only with you did their heart feel tender, real, and exposed. And for someone used to wearing protective masks, that level of honesty likely felt overwhelming. But no matter how far they seemed to stray from that truth, no matter how long they avoided facing their feelings, it kept calling them back to you. And now, something is shifting. The clouds are parting. The shadows are receding. And the truth is becoming too beautiful to ignore. Your person is starting to see what the angels always saw, that you're not just love, you are home. And when they finally tell you this, when they look into your eyes and say something like, "I've never felt this way with anyone else, and I know I never will," you will understand why the waiting mattered. You will understand why the connection never truly faded, even when the communication did. The angels want you to know this truth isn't coming as just an apology. It's coming as a breakthrough. Your person might soon approach you with a sense of joy they haven't shown before, a lightness in their voice that feels new, a sincerity that dissolves the distance that once separated you. They might say something simple like, "I haven't stopped thinking about you," or "Being with you just makes everything feel right." And even if the words are few, the meaning behind them will be huge. You will feel deep within you that they're no longer speaking from a place of fear or uncertainty. They are speaking from truth, from the clarity that only comes after deep self-reflection, from understanding that you were never the question. They just weren't ready for the answer. And now they are ready, ready to show up, ready to love, ready to share joy with you. Not just in fleeting moments, but in a life built around that joy. Dear one, the angels are so proud of how you've navigated this path. You never begged for love or forced a connection. You simply loved quietly and purely, trusting that what is real cannot truly be lost. And now, you are being rewarded with a truth that will bring healing not only to your heart, but to every part of you that ever wondered if you were too much or not enough. The truth you're about to hear will likely dissolve those doubts forever. Because when your person finally says, "You are the light in my life," you will know it wasn't just a feeling you imagined. It was a shared destiny you both carried from the start. And in that moment, the tears you cry will be sacred. They will carry the weight of everything you overcame, everything you held on to, everything you dared to believe in when giving up might have seemed easier. So, dear one, open your heart. Let the light in. Let the truth rise. Let the love you waited for finally wrap itself around you completely. Because the sun is rising, not just in the sky, but in your soul. And with it comes the kind of truth that doesn't just change your story, it completes it. The angels are standing with you now, smiling through your tears, whispering, "You were right to believe." And now you will see why. Amen.